Hello. Once again, I'm live, although this time I'm using a different computer than usual. My usual suspect has got a triple laptop extension screen on it, which I'm somewhat enjoying, only because the top screen, for some reason, you can't seem to see anything. But it means I can do a lot more stuff than I could before. And given I want to be back in the web design business, that's going to be some good news. And guess what? My Cardinals won again. First time in a couple weeks. A little too late. Oh, hey, Nash, you're back. I missed you. And no, you're not dead. Congratulations. I can see that now. I wondered where you'd been. I imagine at least you're able to celebrate a Brill's victory. They came back against the Patriots despite having, a month. I wasn't about to say that long, but I'm not going to complain now. You've obviously got your life. I don't know what you've been doing. Welcome to whoever else has decided to astoundingly join me. I think this may be the most streamed game in the history of NFL football, because we got a barn burner tonight. We got two 14-2 teams, the winner of whom will get the number one seed in the NFC, the loser of whom is going to be sent into exile as a wild card and be forced to play a road game in LA. And if things hold true to form at SoFi, it won't be so much of a road game with crowds of either team, be it the Vikings or the Lions, probably dominating over Rams fans. Rams fans and LA people in general, you think the fact that they won the Super Bowl would mean they'd have a bunch of people rooting for them, but that still hasn't been the case. Oh, wait, they lost to the Pats? I could have sworn that they won. I just got done looking at the scores on the NFL website. Most teams that were supposed to have been projected to win did, although Atlanta was an exception. At home, they lost to the Panthers. And Tampa Bay did what they were supposed to, although it was quite a struggle for them to do so. Now they're doing the announcement of trying to pay respect to what happened in New Orleans. They're going to do a moment of silence. We'll do that here too. Shut the hell up. Okay. So that's been done, although there were some jerks out there who decided they were going to use their drunken courage to yell out some obscene stuff. So back to the Rams having a home game fan deficit. It probably got extended since Seattle beat them badly. Another too little too late team. Since because of strength of victory, which apparently is a thing now, the Rams wound up with the division championship. At least my Cardinals didn't go into last place. They really dominated. I wish I could have seen it, but obviously, as it has been all year, there was no chance for me to watch it because the Seahawks were playing. And yeah, I was aware about the fact that the Sugar Bowl was supposed to be postponed as a result. Thankfully, it was only for a day. Uh, and I'd forgotten that that's where the Super Bowl is going to be played too. So hopefully, security will be better in terms of vehicle barricades. Uh, and well, at any rate, so much for that. We're back to commercials, so no one's missing anything. I had anticipated probably no one seeing my stream, given there's going to be so much competition. I know Tom's obviously doing a stream. I know Sports and Stars with Jade is doing a stream. And pretty much everybody is going to be doing this stream because they want to see what's going on. And if they are like me anticipating a full throttle affair, hopefully we won't be disappointed. And hello to whoever else has just joined. Feel free to chat me up about anything that you want. Take off your jacket and stay a while. More than likely it's cold out there wherever you are. I know it's cold where Nash is, which is in South Dakota, my moderator. Although he seems to have, because he'd been gone for a while, I had to take over the moderating duties on my own. Not that it was terribly difficult. Let's see who they've got. Jeff Daniels, Michigander, doing the narration. Of course, he's a Lions fan, and I bet he's happy as heck to be able to do this narration of this special intro. So, for those of you who have joined, I thank you. Forgive my moment of silence while I watch this. As you can see, I've got the headphones down because I want to hear what's going on. I'm not one of those announcer haters like other people seem to be of this crew. And this is, as a result, I get to hear and see interesting facts. This is the 222nd game of this regular season, the 17,000th plus NFL game ever played. It's the first one where we have 14 win teams doing the last game. That's quite remarkable. But then again, it could have happened before. In the era of 16 game seasons, which have been going on for over 50 years, actually over 40 years. In the meantime, we have the kickoff by Minnesota's Will Reichard, and it's a touchback. No surprise there. So Detroit's going to get the start. They're introducing the offense now. And the first time all of the announcers of the offense mention their college teams, which is a nice thing. And we have a handoff to Gibbs, who gets a yard. And if you're the Lions coach and a fan of this team, you have to hope and pray there'll be no more injuries. They've suffered enough. Well, every team's suffered enough, but the Lions have been particularly bad at keeping people from getting hurt. One who hasn't been hurt, amazingly enough, has been Jared Goff, but then he's behind a terrific offensive line. So it was a 2-yard gain at 2nd and 8. Jared Goff to pass, gets it off to Jamison Williams, number 9. Ward, number 52 of the Vikings on the tackle. So it'll be 3rd down. And there we have it. One of the surprises of the year in terms of Sam Darnold. But then it shouldn't be a surprise. He's shown flashes of brilliance with other teams. But now he's been able to do a lot more thanks to the offensive-oriented head coach he has, Kevin O'Connell. Speaking of injuries, that McCarthy injury is looming ever larger as to how you can... Whoa, nice spin around by Jahmyr Gibbs to get away from the defense and get a 1st down after catching that ball from Goff. 1st down for the Lions. And Gibbs was going backwards as Blake Cashman was trying to bring him down. So Goff under center, hands it off to Gibbs again, who again is forced backwards and ends up losing yardage after being forced out of bounds. Now they're going to introduce the Minnesota defense. And right away they start with a guy who introduces his high school team. Oh, Stephon Gilmore is from South... Oh, wait, that's South Carolina, not South Dakota. So we almost had Scorigami on my Cardinals. Another handoff to Gibbs. This time he goes forward and gets past the original line of scrimmage. He'll be carrying the heavy load tonight. I don't know who else they would have at running back. They used Khalif Raymond last week quite a bit. So 3rd and 8. Goff's now under the gun. Gibbs is to his right. 2 receivers on each side. And then they do it another run with Gibbs. And it was a bad gamble as number 58 Greenard got through and blew that play up something fierce. So that quiets the crowd quite a bit. But Brian Flores is quite the defensive coach. And I'm being reminded about the fact that no one punted in the last Sunday night game. And Fox was a part of that, the Detroit punter. He gets it off this time, drives Minnesota deep. Oh, and number 4, I didn't get who the return man was on that. I missed the name. But whoever he was, he did a lousy job of keeping his feet on. He got to the 10 and then fell down and was easily tagged as he was still lying on the field. So Minnesota will start very deep in their own territory when we get out from commercial timeout. And We await the decision. So, this will be the last game I stream of this season. I'm not going to do the playoffs. I just want to sit back and enjoy those. Last fall was the season from hell for me, and it extended into winter quite nicely. How ironic, the last Scorigami game involved the Lions as well. We'll see if that happens tonight. But a lot has to go pretty weird in the scoring department for that to happen. Namely, a lot of two-pointers of the defensive or offensive variety. Next season, I hope to present a little more professional appearance. Hopefully, this will be the last time I carry a beard into this. I finally got around to ordering a replacement face shaving tool, but it still isn't here. Hopefully sometime later this week. Can't believe I ever let myself go this long in being here suit up top. Well, exactly 11 minutes left. Now, I don't know if they're showing Detroit's winter scene, but there's a lot of purple there for some reason. Maybe it's a way of thanking the Vikings organization for purchasing 2,000 tickets and having a lot of rich people go to this game. And we have a handoff to Aaron Jones to start. He gets 8 as a former Packer gets going. Darnold is among the top 5 in the NFL in terms of his statistics. And they do no huddle as he goes back out from the shotgun, passes it to a former Lion, Hawkinson, who gets the first down. One of these days I have to look at see who all hit the IR and who, if anyone, is coming back. They, more than the Vikings, desperately need this win just to get a bunch of healthy bodies back, particularly on the defense. Darnold's under center this time. Fakes the handoff, gets the pass off to Jefferson, who gets about 5 before being gang tackled by a slew of Lions, some of whom have been brought off the street, I'm sure. And we have an introduction of just a city. Aaron Jones apparently is from El Paso and damn proud of it. 6 Scorigami games this year, half of which the Lions were part of. Nice stat to know, Nash. Darnold back under center again. Again, he hands it off to Jones, who is stopped before getting the first down, but gets about 3. Tackled by Anzalone, one of the few Lions to actually come back from injury relatively soon. So 3rd and 2, under 9 minutes to go in the quarter. Darnold back to pass. Gets it off to Jones, who gets the first down before being tackled out of bounds by Campbell, number 46 of the Lions. No relation, I believe, to the head coach. Darnold's under center yet again. Pitches it to Jones this time, who breaks a few tackles before being tackled near midfield. Well, we had the full Monty of intros there. High schools, cities, parental status, and we have a false start, it appears. Pretty patently obvious. One of those everyone but the center penalties. I love that when they introduce that. So that makes it 2nd and 9. We're halfway through the first. And looking at that defensive lineup, quite a few recognizable names still. Astoundingly, the secondary, in particular the safeties, still hanging around. Branch and Joseph, two seemingly all-world guys. And that pass was incomplete by Darnold. He was hit just as he threw the ball. So, Lions crowd is back out and up and roaring. Darnold's now in the gun with an empty backfield. Back to pass. Gets it off. Tries to get Hawkinson, but it's a bit too far out of his range. And the Vikings will punt now. Oh, well, the way things have gone this year, we've seen, I think, more than our fair share of fake punts. We'll see if Minnesota tries to beat Dan Campbell at his own game. Right, number 17 is the punter for the Vikings. Raymond is the one who's going to be receiving it, number 13 for the Lions. Wright gets off the punt. Raymond catches it at the 9 and nice, does a nice juke of a blocker, but it is eventually brought down past the 20 at about the 22 with 7:01 left to go in the quarter. They're going to announce the wildcard schedule for TV purposes soon. And there will be at least one game on Monday, which they'll give to ABC. NBC gets the Saturday games, that I do know, although apparently Amazon Prime may get one of them. So it'll be interesting to see. Now, Prime games have been available on Twitch to view. Hopefully that'll be the case. And it's a shame that my kitty goes meow Bengals didn't make the playoffs. But that's what happens when you get off to a god-awful start. And the Broncos probably should send Andy Reid and any member of the Chiefs a couple of bouquets of roses for sitting his starters, because Denver really laid it to them. And I'm guessing that Carson Wentz didn't have a spectacular day, given that the Chiefs were shut out. Only the second team to be shut out this year after the woeful New Orleans Saints, who had just been shut out the week before. Cards have the third most scoregami in history. I don't know where you get this, but hopefully you'll get a future job in research for some sports organization. We're now back to the game. So here we go. Oh, CBS gets a Saturday game. The Chargers versus the Texans. The Texans, who did well to beat the Titans and have a more respectable season. I think this is the first time in a while that we've had every playoff team have at least 10 wins. And then the prime game is going to be the Steelers and the Ravens. So I won't necessarily miss either of those two teams. But I'm definitely watching the Chargers-Texans. I just hope I can stay awake in the afternoon for it. So Goff is under center. Ball's at the 22. He pitches it off to Gibbs. Does well to avoid a defender, but is finally brought down at about the 26.5. It's interesting how the offense of the Lions has barely had any injuries compared to the defense. David Montgomery was a big one, of course. But otherwise, they've been pretty solid. Goff is now under the gun, and he's doing the audible thing. Gibbs is to his left. Goff now is back to pass. And he gets it off to Laporta, who gets a first down. Van Ginkel had the tackle, number 43 for the Vikings. They're mentioning about Montgomery possibly rejoining the team for the playoffs. He's avoided surgery for them until now. And for a while. Or he'll probably avoid it until after the playoffs is over. In the meantime, Goff is under center. Gibbs is back behind him, and he gets the return, or he gets the handoff, and got nothing. Hopefully next season I'll have a more professional look, like I said, in terms of renaming my channel, having it one dedicated exclusively for NFL games, and maybe having a score display of some sort as well. Don't know what that's going to look like yet. Goff under center. He's going to fake the handoff and gets the pass off, and he gets a wide open St. Brown who goes past midfield in the Lions territory. Yeah, I got copyright issues to potentially contend with, which is why I've been reluctant to do that this year. I have some ideas in mind I think are pretty good, but it'll take time to implement. So the ball's been placed at the 44. Goff back to pass again. Waiting to find someone open. Tried to get it to Raymond again, but it was too low and incomplete. Not sure exactly what you mean in your last sentence, Nash. If you could please clarify. If you're referring to Wentz, I thought he was a North Dakota guy. Goff's now in the gun. Now back to pass. Gets it off this time to Laporta again and completes it. Interesting. Both starting tight ends for both teams are from Iowa. Hawkinson, and then the guy who replaced him, Laporta. I thought they were crazy to trade Hawkinson, but obviously their tight end lineup has been quite effective. Him and Zylstra, one of the ultimate last names. If phone books were still in existence, he'd be the last one you'd have to look at. And now we've got a timeout by the Lions, who barely avoid a delay of game. So we wait. Oh, they used their third stringer? Oh, so they got both of the codes being represented. I'll have to look that up later. I didn't realize that, well, I didn't see the game, obviously, so I have no idea what went on other than the final score I saw up top of the NFL website, which I'd have thought would have meant a bigger fight, but obviously Denver had more to play for. So Sean Payton gets the monkey off of his back, given how things ended in Russell Wilson's last year. Okay, Goff is under center. Hands it off to Reynolds. Oh, it's not Raymond, it's Reynolds. He got the first down, but there's a flag on the play. Holding on the offense. Number 71, Zeitler, is the guilty party. So that selts them back quite a bit. Campbell does not look happy about it. And yeah, that was quite the obvious hold. So now 3rd and 12. The clock is restarted after the penalty. So it'll be an empty backfield for Goff as he's in the gun. Oh, now Gibbs is back to his right. And Goff back to pass. Makes the pass complete to Patrick, but it's short of the first down. So this will be interesting. Lions are going to go for it. Why am I not surprised? Chris Oladokin. A piece of debris was on the field. Goff flew it back like a frisbee. It almost hit the sky cam. Okay, 4th and 5. Ball's on the 39. Goff now back to pass finally. And he gets it. And he gets it complete to Williams, who hammers the Vikings secondary player who forced him out of bounds. And Goff almost got sacked. He got it off just in time, did Goff. Goff got it off. Yeah, Chris Collinsworth is wife. Goff is getting a lot of money to do this, as are a lot of quarterbacks, as we have a handoff to Gibbs, who's broken free, and he's going to get into the end zone. So wise move by Campbell to go for it, and it pays off. As we got a bunch of fans in actual Lions Halloween costumes celebrating. Boy, that was quite the haul. So Bates will come out for the extra point. Kick is up, and it is good. And those arrows to help direct him, I can't help but get a kick out of. Nice outro music to the commercial. So, gonna have to look that guy's name up. Will it let me do the copy paste? Yes, it will. Let's see. Let's get Google up here. Oladokin sure got around as a college quarterback. He played for no less than 3 different colleges: South Florida, Samford, and South Dakota State. He also attended 2 high schools in Florida. He played 6 different seasons. He was a graduate transfer when he went to South Dakota State. And he's a 7th round pick by the Steelers. He's been with the practice squad of the Chiefs. Still managed to get a Super Bowl ring when they won Super Bowl 57. Was on the practice squad for the Chargers the next year. Then got picked up by the Chiefs again, just in time for the playoff run, and he's got 2 Super Bowl rings now. He could get a 3rd just barely by barely doing anything. Such is the nature of sports with the way backups are done. Who was the kicker? I know Butker was injured earlier as Bates kicks it off, and it's going to be another touchback. Did they have a replacement for him, too, for this game? Oh, no, Butker. Okay. So currently, the Lions have 16 players on IR. 12 of them are on defense. Okay, Darnold's back to pass and in trouble. And is he going to be brought down? Yes, he is. Despite all the defensive troubles for the Lions, they get a sack, number 99. Smith. Za'Darius, that is. Another of the few defensive players who has pretty much played a full season. Ex-Packer and Cleveland Brown. Okay. Pass to Jones. And they narrowly avoided a delay of game penalty, although, according to Mike Tirico, and this is one of his pet peeves, mine too, they probably should have called a delay of game It would have been half the distance to the goal. Instead, Jones got a 9-yard pass play. But it's still 3rd and long. 18 to be specific. And another possible close delay of game penalty. They had to get that off pretty quick and tried to get Hawkinson, but it was way over his head and it's incomplete. So it'll be another punt for the Vikings. Wright gets off the punt. Oh, so Raymond's number 11. So they got a Reynolds and a Raymond wearing 10's numbers. And Raymond didn't get much. I think he may have lost some yardage in the process. Well, Nash, it looks like it's just going to be you and me tonight. But thanks for stopping by and giving me something to talk about. Because I've had too many nights where I'm just talking to myself. Hopefully your mom won't make you go to bed early. So what was with the absence? I know you did a couple of streams earlier in the year. You can talk to me or not talk to me about that if you want. Okay. As you post your answer or not, I'm looking up the rest of the wildcard weekend schedule. So, CBS also gets a game on Sunday. Fox gets screwed out of another game because of it going to Prime Video, although the Prime Video one is of the AFC and Fox usually does the NFC games. NBC is going to get the night game on that day. So the Broncos are going to be at the Bills. Broncos first time in the playoffs in 9 years. And I guess it didn't truly matter if the Bills lost. They had number 2 all cinched up or clenched. And with that punt return attempt, first quarter ran out, so we'll start the second quarter in a few seconds here. And I'll go over the playoff schedule, the rest of it once more. Whoops. Hit the wrong tab. This is the tab I want to hit. No, that's not the one either. There we go. I'm back. Okay. And we got flags. Another cha-cha. Yep. This time it's on Sewell, number 58, being the guilty party. Now there's a guy whose name I'm not going to miss. Oregon Duck led them to much success as the center for that team. Bo Nix was one of his quarterbacks. And we have a handoff to Gibbs. On that 1st and 15, he gets to the 30, or close enough for laughs. business. Oh, I wonder what that business was. And no, I have not heard of the 15-win curse. I assume that's what you're trying to say. Okay, 2nd and 12. Goff's in the gun. Gets a quick pass off to Gibbs, who gets hammered by Van Ginkel as soon as he hit the ball, and Gibbs is hurt. But he's getting up. But he's going to run off to the sideline. Well, you can see that coming from a mile away. I mean, that timing was impeccable. And more lost yardage. 3rd and 20. Goff back to pass. It's only a 3-man rush, but he's in trouble, and he got sacked. A 3-man rush, and he gets sacked. Greenard was the one that got it done. Ugh. And Greenard did that one-handed. Can't help but be impressed. So Fox punts it for the Lions. And it's going to be a fair oh, no. I thought it was going to be a fair catch, but apparently the hand was up for something else. And Powell returns it to midfield. Boy, you got to hold your breath if you're a Lions fan. Ugh. Okay, if you want to feel free to talk to me about this 15-win curse. I know as of late, a couple of 15-win teams couldn't make it to the Super Bowl. It happened to the Packers once. At least. I'm trying to remember who the other teams were. Nash, if you want to fill me in, go ahead. In the meantime, I'll continue to look at this playoff schedule. So the Packers are going to be stuck at Philly. Didn't help that they lost to the Bears for the first time in what seems like an eternity. The Commanders are going to go to Tampa Bay. That's the NBC game. And then the winner of this game faces the Rams on Monday night. So they get something. Whoever wins this game is going to get something of a break schedule-wise. And with the Redskins beating Dallas, that obviously helped them sew up the 6th seed. Okay. And Tarico's pointing out both these guys played college ball in California. Goff for the Golden Bears of that eponymous state. And Darnold at the USC Trojans. Both number 1 picks. Darnold hands it off to Cam Akers, who gets nothing. Oh, so those are the teams that also lost. I'm pretty sure there have been other 15-win teams that actually won in the playoffs. I don't know if that's necessarily a curse, but it's something that we'd have to look at deeper as Darnold goes back to pass and gets it to Josh Oliver, the tight end. And we have another flag on the play. One of Jade's headbands. Illegal contact on the defense. Robertson is the guilty party, number 21. Clock is running again after the penalty. Darnold's in the gun. Gets a quick pass off to Addison, who gets nothing. Nice tackle by Robertson, who makes up for his penalty by getting a quick tackle. Open field. And now they're doing the no-huddle thing, are the Vikings. Darnold's back in the gun again. Back to pass. Going all the way, but too far for Addison. And it'll be 3rd and 10. And no huddle this time. 11:44 to go in the quarter. The second quarter, that is. Second quarter, first half. Hawkinson's in motion. We have an empty backfield. Darnold gets it to Jefferson, who was forced out by Robertson. Inside the 10. Makes it 1st and goal. Darnold barely got it off in time before a safety blitz came in. And we have a handoff to Akers. The ball been placed at the 5.5. He gets about 2, 3. Not sure. We'll find out soon enough, though. And now we've got the refs doing the beep, 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 beep thing. They're resetting the play clock. So they're resetting both the play and the game clock, and no huddle becomes a no huddle situation, and it's thrown away by Darnold. So they had a lot of extra time to discuss it in the huddle, and then as soon as the clock started, shoom. So it'll be 3rd and goal. Ball's at the 3. Darnold's in the gun again. Hawkinson in motion. Back to pass. Again, thrown too far away. It looks like they're going to go for it. And the Vikings offense has had the fewest fourth down attempts in the league this year, only 10, although they've made 6 of them. And Darnold's in the gun. Jefferson's in motion. Darnold back to pass. And, incomplete. He had Jefferson, who was complaining about being held. It was just a little too high for him eventually. He had been able to break free. So, fourth down, going for it didn't work this time. And yeah, he's quite obviously saying he was held, quite demonstratively. Okay. And yep, the Patriots did beat the Bills, who I know at least were having Trubisky at quarterback. They let Allen start for a play so he could keep his starting streak alive, and then immediately took him out. So, as we await the commercials to end, the Lions are going to be deep in their own territory. And you'll have to wonder if Gibbs will be back out for the next series. That one took a while. Hopefully he had enough time to recover. It'll be interesting to see what happens on that front. Unfortunately, both teams are being forced to start a bunch of people they normally do, the ones that aren't already injured, or maybe injured but are well enough to play. And they're showing the Detroit Athletic Club, which reminds me I need to get in shape. I actually live in an apartment building that has a heated pool. Unfortunately, due to my injuries sustained from 2 accidents in a 3-week span, I haven't been able to take advantage of it yet. And Gibbs is out there and running. Forced out of bounds on this first down. Gets them out of deep trouble. And that hit he took reminded me of what happened to Reggie Bush in the playoffs when he was with the Saints. It was a rude awakening for the Heisman Trophy winner in his first playoff game back in the day. Goff under center, now is back to pass. Oh my goodness. What happened there? So it's incomplete. And he was fortunate to have a receiver in the vicinity, the tight end Zylstra. And if this is intentional grounding while he's in the end zone, yeah, they'd have gotten a safety, the Vikings would have. But the Lions O-line needs to do a better job of protecting their quarterback. They can ill afford Unironically, the ball was hit by his own lineman. And he gets it to Laporta this time around, and he just got enough for the first down. Talk about living on the edge. And welcome back, Nashi, if that is you. Winding down towards 9 minutes, this quarter is. And Gibbs gets another handoff, but only gets a yard. The ball actually hit the lineman's leg as they're replaying Goff's attempt to get it to Zylstra. Another run play. This time it's for Reynolds, who gets to the 24, but is short of a first down. 1985. So the Chiefs have won 15 games this year. And the winner of this will get 15 wins, so we'll have 2 of them. It's 3rd and 1 in the meantime. And it's another handoff to Reynolds, who gets through and gets a first down. Past the 25. And he looks like he got to the 27. One of those rare Division II guys, Reynolds is. And yet another undrafted player. Seven minutes left. Goff is now back to pass again. He's in trouble again. Oh, no, it's picked! Oh, my goodness. He didn't throw that high enough, and number 0 of the Vikings intercepts it. Metellus was able to tip it and collect it. Oh, no, Metellus tipped it, and number 0 collected it. Pace Jr. was the one who actually intercepted it. And Goff had to make the touchdown-saving tackle of all people. Oh, this is going to be a heart attack game for sure, no matter who wins it. So 6:55 left in the half. Empty backfield for the Vikings. Let's see if they can try and get it in this time. Darnold back to pass. Oh, and that was almost picked. Kirby Joseph. Oh, no, Robertson was in front of Jefferson and had his hands on it and couldn't hold on. Oh. Second and goal. Garnell under center. Fakes the handoff. Back to pass. And he gets it off. Jefferson caught it, but he was out of bounds. He bobbled it. Able to get it, but only able to get 1 foot in bounds. He didn't even have 1 foot in bounds. His foot went up before he was able to corral it in. That had been in the end zone. Crowd's at full throat. Darnold's in the gun. They're blitzing. Oh, Jefferson had another chance, and it was overthrown again. And Minnesota finally wises up and decides to have a field goal try. And Jefferson was wide open this time. Reichert will attempt a 25-yarder. Kick is up. And it's good. Some nice outro music again. And again, the Lions avoid disaster. Well, welcome to whoever's joined me at the commercial break. Feel free to chat me up on anything if you want. Take off your jacket and stay a while. Because if you're like me, you're in the majority of the country where you got winter temperatures. I closed my... Oh no, my weather app's still open. It's actually 50 degrees here in the western Portland suburbs. Tomorrow, and this is where I'm eternally grateful when it stops raining. It'll actually be sunny tomorrow and 55 for a high. I can actually go out and do stuff again. And I got a lot of stuff to take care of. Well, Nash, if you're still there, you want to raid Jade? Do a Janik raid? I imagine she's not feeling well given how things have gone for her Vikings at the moment. Okay, I got her muted for the moment. We'll pay her a visit at halftime. Reichert kicks it off. It's dangerously close to going out of bounds, but it bounces into the end zone safely. Oh, we have a Barry Sanders sighting, putting up a stat. Putting up a couple of them, actually. The offense has really been astounding for them. 200-point differential, the best in team history. And Goff is back to pass. Actually gets it to his own receiver this time. Patrick was the one who caught it, short of a first down. Okay. Too many itches I have to scratch. Okay. Goff under center. Back to pass. Gets it off to St. Brown. And he gets a first down, does St. Brown. Hey, that rhymed. I think I got a hit. And he gets it exactly to midfield, and it looks like Goff wants to do the no-huddle thing. And he does, but that took a little time to get moving. Handoff is to Gibbs, who gets past the 50 in the Vikings territory, down to about the 47. $5:15 to go in the quarter. The second quarter, that is, first half. It is 2nd and 7 now. It's actually the 48 it was placed at. Goff under center, hands off to Gibbs again, who gets a little more, but a bit short of the first down. Pace, number 0 on the tackle. Another undrafted guy. And with all the injuries that have been happening, you get a lot of opportunities for people like him who weren't drafted to try and continue to make a career in professional football. And we have another handoff, this time to Reynolds, who gets the first down, giving Gibbs a break. Although the ref is marking him a bit short, it looks like. It is short. Crowd's not happy with that. Let's see what Campbell decides to do with less than 4 minutes. And looks like there is going to be no doubt about it. It's another go for it on 4th down situation. And now we got beep 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 beep. Oh, we got a challenge by Campbell about the spot. I think that's legitimate. As we look at the replay, it's going to be close. The knee went down before the first down marker, but it's where the ball is when that knee goes down. So we got an official timeout. 4 more commercials with McCaffrey and a McConaughey. Does McConaughey ever wash his hair? His looks like mine after a couple of days of not being washed. Unless he's putting grease in it. He's another guy who goes bearded partially. I wonder what his missus thinks about that. So I go back to the main YouTube page. It's actually showing my feed, my avatar, my thumbnail. So at least on my YouTube homepage, it's actually being reflected. And yeah, quite a few people are streaming this, I can tell. Including a guy Tom Grossi just rated last night who's a fellow Sun Devil. Okay. So they move it up a smidgen, but they say it's still not enough for a first down. So they're going to go for it anyways, and Goff is back to pass for this one. And it's deflected and incomplete. I don't know about that play call. So it's 7-3, Nash. So Bullard, number 90 of the Vikings, tipped it at the line. Williams was open, but this is why you generally don't go for it on fourth. The consequences can be too dire. And the Vikings are at their own 41.5 with 3:37 left in the half. Jones gets 2.5 yards. Is Tyreek Hill slated to go anywhere? I didn't realize he was a free agent. You can bet the Chiefs probably want him back. I don't know if they'll make an effort to get him. Darnold's back to pass in the meantime, and he's in trouble, but he gets away from the defense, and he's knocked out of bounds by number 42. He barely avoided getting hit behind the line of scrimmage, and barely avoided getting chased down behind the line of scrimmage, too. So it's a third down. He didn't get much. It's 3rd and 6 officially as he gets the play in from upstairs. Ball's at the 46 of the Vikings. Lions fans trying to keep him from being heard. He's in the gun. Gets the snap. Back to pass. And he gets it off to Naylor, number 83, who gets a significant gain and a first down. Oh, so you have it on good authority he wants out of Miami. I don't blame him. With a concussion-prone quarterback, the Dolphins are hard-pressed to make the playoffs every year. They do not have a solid backups, except save for that one game against a very bad team. I don't even remember if they won today. They were supposed to play the Jets. The Jets won. So if the Broncos had lost, the Bengals would have been in it because Miami was the only other 7-8 team in Week 16, along with the Colts, to have an outside shot at the playoffs. The Colts lost that week, or the week after, and then the Dolphins lost today, so the Bengals win on Saturday would have had them in if the Broncos had lost. Definitely going to have to watch these replays. You know, it'd be great if he came over to the Cardinals. I mean, he could join an emerging receiving core and be another target for Murray. Between McBride, Harrison Jr., Wilson. That's quite a core they have. I'd love to have Hill be a part of that. And you mentioned that he's signed up until 2026. Now, one thing to talk about is whether Mike McDonald, is trying to remember the guys' names who are the head coaches. The one for Seattle and Miami are both similar. McDaniels and McDonald. I forget which one's coaching which. I think it's McDaniels who coaches the Dolphins. At any rate, we're back to the action after the 2-minute warning at the 36 of the Lions. It's handed off to Jones, who does well to get around that blockade. Gets about 5. They have all 3 of their timeouts. Well, given the pathetic clock management from the last game, we'll see what they do about how they selectively use them, if they use them at all. Darnold's under center. He pitches it to Jones, who's got some running room, gets a first down. Oh, but we got a flag. Another one of Jade's headbands. And Jones is pointing to a first down, but so is another Viking. He's saying it's on the Lions. Paucity of flags tonight. Let's see who it actually is on. Holding on the defense. Number 95, O'Connor is the guilty party. You don't usually see the lineman on the defense get a holding penalty. But they're adding it to the end of the play. So it'll be at the 18 of the Lions. The Vikings have done an offer in the red zone. Let's see if they can, at least when it comes to touchdowns, let's see if they'll get one this time. 1:16 left. It's a handoff to Jones. He only gets a yard, if that. And the clock continues to wind down. Only a minute left. 2nd and 9. Crowd's really trying to get into this. Darnold now back to pass. He gets it caught by Jones, but it's a very short gain. And the clock is still running. And they finally decide to take a timeout, but not after a lot of time had run off, even after that catch. So 28 seconds left. So Nash, do you want to do a Janik raid of Jade? It'd be my first raid of another channel. Okay, 3rd and 6. They can get a first down still without hitting the end zone. Darnold is in the gun. Jones is to his left. Darnold back to pass. Lofts it in the air, was aiming for Jones, but he didn't look back. He was still running towards the end zone when Darnold threw the pass. So 24 seconds left, and they're going to do the safe thing and hit a field goal. Reichard's done very well for his rookie year, although he got hurt in November and actually had to be on IR for a little bit. Darnold apparently was hit as he was throwing the pass, so that didn't help. It's a 31-yard attempt, and it is good. Despite the best efforts of the Lions fans to send their yellows over to the right, or in their instance, the left. So 20 seconds left in the half. We'll see if the Lions can do anything, provided Reichert doesn't put it into touchback territory. Okay, so you're on board with the Jade rate, with the rate of Jade. Okay. I don't know how long it takes for her to read chats. She wants to read every single one of them, regardless of whether it's a super chat or not. Ugh. And she is way behind. My chat listing is not showing the one that she's on now. So here's the deal, Nash. Once the half's over, we just go ahead and say Janik raid and wait for her to catch up. Halftime may be over by the time she catches up. So Reichard's going to kick it off. Oh, it's going out of bounds. Oh my. It almost went out of bounds last time. It does it this time. So the ball's going to be at the 40 of the Lions. They now have a shot to get a score. They have one timeout left. They lost one due to the bad challenge, which was kind of a unfair result in my mind. So they don't have to get their receivers out of bounds on this play. Let's see what happens. Goff is back to pass. And he gets it to St. Brown, who gets out of bounds with 15 seconds left into Vikings territory. Oh, my goodness. Oh, my goodness. Jade's got to be going bonkers. And Bates is a very good kicker. He's hit close to 60-yard field goals this season. Longest has been 58, apparently. Goff is in the gun again. Gibbs is to his right. Goff now back to pass. Gets it to St. Brown again. No, that's Raymond. And they call a timeout with 2 seconds left. That was a decent gain by him. It was a first down. And Bates is going to go out for a field goal. I'm hoping eventually to show highlights of what I've seen on Sunday night or with the Cardinals win against the Niners for earlier in the year. Bates is 25 of 28, and this was the brick salesman. Even though he had UFL experience, it's going to be 48-yarder. Minnesota still has 2 timeouts. They might try and ice them. This will be interesting. Like Reichert, he went to Alabama. And now Minnesota takes a timeout before he even gets in the position to kick. So yeah, it's ice time, and we have the weather for it. Now they can only call one timeout to try and ice NFL rules. Let's see what happens. The snap, the hold, the kick, automatic. So the Lions lead 10-6 going into the half. Let's raid Jade and see how long it takes for her to notice. She still hadn't moved on from the previous chat. Oh boy. Come on, Nash. I want to see you in there. Okay. And Nash, if you need help getting there, let me post the link. Ugh. You got to remember to click inside the thing for the chat. You don't have to do a super chat, by the way. Just do a regular chat like we always do. Sounds like you were trying to do the super chat thing. Janik Posse Raid sending the love. Let's see. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 other people got to you before after mine, but live and learn. So I'd like to hear what she says eventually, but I want to see some highlights, so I'm going to concentrate on that. I've only eaten breakfast today, but I'm trying to cut down on how much I eat on any given day, in part because of the grocery costs, in part because I'm overweight. So the halftime show is up on NBC. Oh, you did find it. Hello, Jade. I don't know if maybe my watching of you is delayed, but we rated your channel. Oh yeah, I'm way behind. Okay. Yeah, I was a couple minutes behind. Oh my god, you actually have me up? You're kidding me. Hello. Uh uh thanks for sharing. This is quite the experience. Hi. Thank you very much for that. All right, I'm muting her for a bit. They're talking about the tonight's game exclusively, so nothing much for me to talk about here on that front. Hmm. Well, I don't know if Jade's gonna get back to me. I appreciate her putting me up, although I wish I had a better haircut and a shaved face. Oh, there were other people who came here and I didn't even realize it because I was too busy watching her. Wow, Nash does a counter raid. Oh, that's hilarious. Uh, Jade raid. Okay. Well, whoever is here, thank you for being here. Whoever, Jesse, Mars X, Summer Home, thank you for doing your counter raid and thumbing up my broadcast. I got too transfixed on watching her. The game's back on, and let's see. I believe the Vikings are going to receive it this half. Okay, Bates kicks it off. It's going to be in the end zone and a touchback. It looked like it might be returnable, but he decided to do the touchback thing. Okay. You got to love coaches when they see the totally obvious about what they need to do from here on out in the second half. Quit getting in third and long on the offensive side. Darnold hands it off to Cam Akers to start the half. The second half, that is. He only gets a yard. Welcome back, Nash. And welcome to whoever's decided to stick with me and you. I'm sorry I missed the raid. Story of my life. Grossi's raided me 6 times and I missed 4 of them. Darnold's trying to pass, but no one was there, and it went out of bounds anyway. So 3rd and 8. I'm going to have to learn how to start sharing my screen in the future. There's an option now, but I think I have to be able to get in tune with another party to do that. Darnold's back to pass on 3rd down. He's under pressure, and we got flags aplenty. Robertson broke up the pass that was intended for Jefferson, but we got laundry. They go illegal contact, so it's only the 5-yard penalty, but it's an automatic 1st down. Branch is the guilty party, number 32. He was guarding Addison. And yeah, it was an almost tackle, and Branch did the raise my hands up saying, I didn't do nothing, and that never works. Hardly ever works. Okay. So ball is at the 36.5. Darnold's back to pass now. And again, it was towards the sideline, but he couldn't get his receiver. Second and 10 now. And apparently Aaron Jones is hurt. So that's not good news for the Vikings. Oh, he's speak of the devil, he's coming back out. So, yeah, neither team can afford to have star players out for this game and beyond. And it's a handoff to Akers, who gets a hole, and he's on his way to the 30, to the 20, to the 10, the 5, and Joseph, the safety for the Lions, number 31, drags him down. Oh, boy. Definitely a nice hole. Wow, indeed, Nash. Brought down exactly at the 5, so it's 1st and goal from there. Hand off to Akers again. Nothing. So again, the Lions find themselves in a desperate situation, but not hopeless. And now Jones is coming back in. Clock continues to wind down, of course. Darnold's in the gun. Jones is to his right. Jefferson's in motion. Fakes the handoff to him. Throws it to Jones, but he's forced out of bounds by Campbell, among others. And he got about halfway to the goal line. So it'll be 3rd down. Robertson had the initial hit. And they place it right at the 2. Darnold's under center. Jones is in the backfield. Tight end in motion. Darnold back to pass. He's under pressure again. And he lofts it up way out of bounds. And again, another interesting situation where we'll see what happens. 12:06 in the third. And he's going to go for it again. Couple seconds ahead, but you don't care. Sorry, I don't know. I'm not an expert on syncing. Let's see if they can get it in this time. Darnold's in the gun. Jones is to his left. Darnold back to pass. Still can't find anybody. And he's on the run. And again, it's incomplete. It went for Addison, who had to try and dive for it, but it was just a little too far. Again, the Lions prevent a touchdown in the red zone. And whoever number 0 was, I forget. He was fortunate not to be called for pass interference. He was draped all over the guy. But I guess the refs thought too far away to be catchable. Okay. Yeah, she's going off. Ugh. Fans of whichever team loses this game are going to be red hot. Although, it could be worse. They could be going on the road to some place that's extremely cold. Let's see. They could be going to Philly. Yeah, but this is the NFC, so Goff's back to pass, and he's going to gun it. Oh, no, it's intercepted. Oh, my goodness. And they kind of got to the action quickly. Lions were again deep in their own territory, and Goff was feeling surrounded, decided just jack it up, and it's intercepted by Harrison Smith. It was intended for Jamison Williams, but he was about 5 yards away. Buffalo is a good example if it was in the NFC. So the ball's at the 46 of the Vikings now. That's what these days is now called in Sheik circles an arm punt. And Jones gets the handoff and gets 7 in Lions territory. Up and another injury. Arnold is number 0. So we're going to have an injury timeout and we'll go to commercial. Let's see if Jade's caught up with her chats. So I got 3 to go. Okay. Okay. I just got to type something into her. Okay, we're back to the action. Darnold's back to pass. Hits Jones, who gets a first down, and is gang tackled past the 40-yard line, about to the 37. Okay, Darnold's in trouble again. Oh, he almost gets picked. He was under severe pressure. Threw it right to Zadarius Smith, although, well, he threw it low towards Smith, and Smith couldn't corral it in time. Boy, the Vikings just can't seem to take advantage of what's been gifted to them, although now we have a flag, and it's going to be intentional grounding. Oh, this is compounding the trouble. So I guess Darnold never got out of the pocket and never got it to someone. Oh, he did. And there was definitely no receiver around him. It's 2nd and 23 now. MVP, I'll get to that in a second, Nash. Darnold's doing the audible thing. He's back to pass again. Lions are blitzing again. And he gets it to Jefferson, who gets a significant gain, although still a ways away to go for a first down. And Robertson was, while the play was progressing, complaining about getting pushed. Let's see as we look at the replay. I don't know if he was flopping or not. But you don't complain about the refereeing while the play's still going on. So 3rd and 6 at the 33. Darnold back to pass. And he had it going to Jefferson, but he couldn't hang on. He was hit by number 9. Or maybe it's number 8. Williams is number 9 for the Lions. Oh, actually, it wasn't knocked down. Jefferson had it, but he couldn't hang on to it, though he was double-teamed. So now we're going to have a genuine attempt at a field goal. Reichard is up with the kick, and it's good with 9:55 left. So Detroit's clearly playing with not just fire, but volcanic lava. MVP, probably have to give it to Jackson. I'd have said give it to Barkley, but I think the Eagles ruined his chances by keeping him out of the last game. I would have loved to have seen him break the record. I was never into Dickerson. And he wasn't exactly being a good sport at the thought of his record being broken. Now, as I look at the scores again, Philly did still beat the Giants regardless with their 3rd-string quarterback. Both their top QBs have been hurt. So I can understand about going to Tanner McKee. He certainly showed he was capable. I've never been someone who's been overly invested in the MVP race. There are a lot of potential candidates. All of the quarterbacks who played out of their minds. Burrow. Goff. Darnold. Allen. Now let's see if the Lions can play smart from now on. This is quite the defensive battle, but I've seen quite a lot of debate about whether it's great defense or just lousy offense. Let's see if Reichard can keep this within the inbounds areas. He does, and it's very long, and it's a touchback. And yeah, it's still in heart attack territory. I have no idea who the MVP is going to. I would imagine Jackson's the front runner because his touchdown to interception ratio, I have not seen anything like it in a while. Goff is back to pass. He gets it to Gibbs on a swing route, and he's forced out of bounds by Metellus. Close to a first down, not sure if he made it, as we're under 10 minutes left to play in the third. And it's 2nd and 1. Quick huddle. Goff is in the gun. Ball at the 38.5 of the Lions. Hand off to Gibbs, who is getting pushed into by his lineman Sewell for a first down. Oh, I hate that word narrative. It's been so overused lately. Please strike that from your vocabulary. Goff back to pass. They get it off quickly, and he gets it to Laporta, who's forced out of bounds after a gain of about 5 or 6. No! How dare you defy me? We got another injury timeout. This time it's the Vikings defensive end, number 97, Phillips, who has quickly gotten up all of a sudden. Looks like he got poked in the eye by the way he's responding. Maybe he lost maybe got a contact dislodged. Oh, I see what you mean. Not until Allen wins the MVP. Well, he certainly did a great job. Okay. So, no commercial timeout for the injury. Goff is handing it off to Gibbs, who gets another first down. Another push from behind by one of his linemen, number 60, Glasgow. Although it looks like, well, nope, they say it's a first down. It looked like they were going to mark it short, but no. Okay. Okay, running towards 8 minutes. And another pass attempt. This time it's again to Jamison Williams. They tried to do a swing to him, and Murphy Jr., ex-Cardinal, makes a great open field tackle. So that was a loss on the play. And he got to a team that matches his college jersey color, purple. He was a Husky at Washington. So 2nd and 15, that was quite a loss. And now, beep, 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 beep. We got another shot by the Lions. 68. Decker is the guilty party this time. So that's 3 false start penalties, each on a different lineman for the offense. And they run the clock again, getting towards 7 minutes in the third now. Goff back to pass. And he gets it to Laporta. What had been 2nd and 15 turned to 2nd and 20, but now they're very close to a first down. And you had a receiver having to block the blitz that the Vikings presented. Excuse me. How many Cards games have I been to? I'll tell you in a second. Goff is back to pass. This time it's just a 4-man rush, and Goff gets to take advantage of it and gets the pass off the St. Brown past the Vikings 30. I've been to at least, I think, 5. Way back when I was living in Arizona. The first, well, I'll get to the first game I ever saw with them in the next down. We got a pass that's complete to Williams, but he's trying to move back to get an angle, and he didn't. First game I attended was in the Cardinals' first year at Sun Devil Stadium. They played the Giants. They were a game back of the Giants in first place in the NFC East. Go figure. They wound up winning the game to go to 7-4, and it was their 4th game win in a row. And it was a very great experience. Handoff to Gibbs, who was again pushed forward by his line, although it looks like he might be marked short. That was the game, unfortunately, that I saw where Neil Lomax got hurt badly on a sack. His hip was hurt so bad it wound up being prematurely arthritic. He never played another game in the NFL. Cliff Stout did close the game out well by doing 2 naked 5 straight. And apparently, meanwhile, on the game, they decided to do an early, quick replay review, and they did get another first down. So his body looked like he got to the 18.5, Gibbs. Let's see where they rule it. As Goff is under center. Yeah, 18.5. Another handoff to Gibbs, who's methodically working his way to find a hole, and he gets to the 15. You've been to 0 Bills games? Maybe someday. I imagine it'd be difficult to get transportation from South Dakota to Buffalo. Buffalo's not exactly as big a city as it used to be. You'd probably have to drive up to Minneapolis to get a flight, unless you've got an international airport in Sioux Falls. Okay, 2nd and 7. Goff's under center again. Zylstra's in motion. A fake pitch to Gibbs. Swing pass to St. Brown, who can only get to the 12, so it'll be 3rd down. I hope you make it someday. They'll be in a new stadium, I think, by the time you're ready. And who knows how much it's going to cost to get in, because typically it's quite the price hike when that happens. Oh, you're going to go the one next year? Good luck to you. I hope you have an enjoyable experience. Desperately need to comb my hair. Another handoff to Gibbs. And he's short, definitely short this time. He did get past the 10 in November. Okay. That's when my birthday is. Let's see. Under 3 minutes to go in the 3rd. And again, they're going to risk it and go hit 4th down. They've been 1 for 2 tonight on 4th down conversions, while the Vikings have been an 0 for. It's about a yard to go, even though it says 4th and 2. Goff back to pass. Oh, he gets it to Gibbs on a pass down the middle. Touchdown. Wow. Crowd's loving that. And they so desperately needed to get distance from the Vikings on the scoreboard. The Vikings were blitzing. Gibbs faked like he was going to block Van Ginkel and then broke out and was open enough. Bates is going to try the extra point, and it's good. So they're up by 8. Still a one-score affair with the 2-point conversion rule coming in. So the defense definitely should have its praises sung on the Detroit side. I wonder when the schedules come out for the NFL. I forget. When we flew to D.C., we drove to Sioux Falls, then flew to Chicago, then to D.C. Okay. I'm curious what airline. Because in the smaller cities and towns, sometimes you got to get the propeller models. And you either go with a minor carrier or an affiliate of the major carrier. I've never flown out of a small town before. I lived in Fort Wayne at a point, and when I was married, we went to visit my family in Arizona, my ex and I. We drove all the way to Indianapolis to get the flight. Barely made it on time. As yet another rendition of Wolfman is going to be in theaters soon. American or United? Okay. I'm wary about being on a smaller plane. It's extremely rare these days in the U.S. where you have issues with larger planes, although the issues with Boeing have made me pause too. So they're showing waffles being made in the early evening in Detroit with all sorts of goodies. If I'm ever at Detroit, I ought to seek that place out. Okay, Bates ready to kick it off for the Lions. He booms it out of the end zone, and it's a touchback. Still haven't had a return tonight, although one of them was because it went out of bounds. And they're going over how they've kept Darnold from being comfortable. He's under center now. Pitches it to Jones, who gets a couple of yards to about the 33. Approaching 2 minutes left in the third quarter. Let's see. Jade is still around. Darnold back to pass. He's flushed out of the pocket. Gets it to a very wide open Naylor who can't keep his feet and stumbles out of bounds. Up, but we got Laundry. Let's see what it is this time. As the refs discuss it. And they're still discussing it. Holding on the defense. Number 6 is the guilty party. One of those names I can barely pronounce. But they're declining the penalty because of the big gain. So it's 1st and 10 in Lions territory right at the 40. And it's a handoff to Jones again. He gets a couple again. Second down. 1:30 to go. Ball at the 36.5. Darnold now back to pass and rushed. Gets it to his backup tight end, Arnold. Or was it Oliver? No, we'll figure it out eventually. But it's short of the first down. So it'll be third again. Under a minute to play now. 3rd and 4. Crowd's really getting vocal as Jones is on the sideline. It's at the 33.5. Darnold's in the gun. Akers is to the right. Darnold now back to pass. And Hawkinson was the open receiver. He was covered by Anzalone, who appeared to have gotten a hand on him. Let's watch the replay. Because it was eventually too far for Hawkinson. Yeah, it wasn't as much of a hold as I thought. Although he did get his arm in there to hook Hawkinson's arm. So they're going to try a field goal. Oh, wait, now we've got a stoppage in play here. Trying to respot the ball, it looks like. It'll be a 52-yard attempt for Reichard. 28 seconds left. Ugh, as my cord for the headphones is entangled. The snap, the hold, the kick. It's wide right. Who do the Titans draft first overall? I take it you're assuming they're going to be get the number 1 overall pick. So, see, the name I hear a lot is Cam Ward out of the University of Miami in Florida. Genty of Boise State is an intriguing pick. He set a rushing record for Boise State. And we got a pass to Gibbs as Detroit takes charge, and he gets out of bounds, not before getting a first down. They are unless they trade, you say. Okay. There's another quarterback pro style that was being mentioned, but I forget the guy's name. I don't think it was of one of the top teams that was in the playoffs. Well, the third quarter's over now. So, we'll see if it goes down to the wire. It's certainly within Minnesota's grasp. But if the Lions score here again, it'll be made much more difficult. I'd have to look. I saw you post something. I'm going to check it in a second, Nash. Oh, yeah, the gentleman from Colorado, Monsieurs Sanders and Hunter. Yeah, Hunter was the Heisman Trophy winner. That's where you gotta take. If you're using your phone, you gotta take care when you type. I'm a deliberately slow typer when it comes to the phone. And I'm very particular about making sure I spell things right. I do not rely on autocorrect all of the time when it comes to the phone. When you're typing on a keyboard, it's easier, although with a laptop, it's less easy than a desktop keyboard. So, Jalen Milroe, a quarterback from Alabama, is apparently among the choices. And we've got a couple mock drafts already floating around since the positions are a little bit more solid now, as they're showing the Detroit Auto Museum. So the Lions have a first down on the Vikings 45. Goff is back to pass, and he gets it to Laporta, who stiff arms and shimmies his way to a first down. So, if it were me, I'd kind of try and run the clock out with running. He's already been intercepted twice, Goff has. Oh no, he almost had a third. Van Ginkel anticipated the route and got a paw on it, but couldn't reel it in. Oh my God. He short-armed it. All right, you want to start running it seriously? No, they're going to pass it again. And this time, they're able to complete it to St. Brown. He get past the 25 of the Vikings. It's going to be 3rd and 1. So it's under 14 minutes now. Oh, they're going to pass it again. And Jameson Williams gets the pass and the accompanying first down to the Vikings 15. I'm holding my breath every time he drops back now. I mean, Williams was hit right as he caught the ball, but he hung on to it. Harrison Smith with the hit. I'm sure Lions fans now are begging, okay, they're in I formation. Please run this time, please. And they do. Gibbs going around the corner, and he gets a touchdown. His 3rd of the night. And it's back, and it's now officially a 2-score game. And yeah, Gibbs, you yell with all your might, along with the Detroit crowd. Okay, Bates does the extra point. Oh, barely gets it in. And Gibbs becomes the TD leader for runners. His 19th of the season. Oh, Scattaboo. Yeah. I think he deserves a first-round consideration. I wish I'd have gotten a chance to see that team more. My Sun Devils ground themselves into the probationary status yet once more with feeling, and had only 6 wins combined the previous 2 years. Then they go on a winning bender, and there's no chance for me to see any of their games because the Pac-12 no longer exists. But they made the most of it in their move to the Big 12, getting reacquainted with some old foes from the WAC like BYU, and playing a bunch of teams they probably never would have imagined themselves playing, like Central Florida, the Kansas schools, Oklahoma State. I mean, they're in the same conference with a team from Florida. That's how wacko things have gotten in college football. The Big Ten's bi-coastal. Really, all of them are. The ACC. Well, the SEC still is mainly in the eastern half of the country. I'm trying to remember where else Pac-10 teams went. For Big 12, Big 10, SEC, ACC. Yeah, those are the Power Four. Sam Levitt did a pretty good job as the Sun Devils quarterback, too. I don't know if he's declared for the draft. At any rate, Bates kicks it off for the Lions, and it's going to be a touchback. Goes out of the end zone. So 13:06 left in this quarter. You know, for an injury-riddled defense, they've done well to keep the score as low as they have. So Darnold pitches it out to Cam Akers, who reverses his field to try and gain some yards, gets about 2. And they showed a picture of Anzalone's arm injury from earlier in the year. That was nasty looking. Pass to Akers. He gets to the 35 of the Vikings. It'll be 3rd and 5. And the clock continues to run. Close to 12 minutes left. Empty backfield for Darnold. He's back to pass. And now he's under pressure yet again. And he's in trouble. Forced to throw a pass way out of the range of anybody. But there's a flag on the play. Holding on the defense. On Anzalone. The guilty party. And why? Why do you do the hands up thing when you're obviously guilty? Oh, we got another Detroit line defender down. Number 91. Ozarike. $11.50 left. And booing's going on. I don't know why. Appears to be a lower body injury, but he's walking it off. He's motioning like he wants to go back out of there. Because of the penalty, it's a first down now. And at the 40, under center, he's now back to pass. Does the swing pass thing to Cam Akers, who only gets a yard. Forced out of bounds by Agude and Campbell, 50 and 46 respectively, the Lions linebackers. And Robertson was in the mix too, number 21. And they're doing the no-huddle thing. The Vikings are. I don't think he even barely got a half a yard, Akers did. Darnold's in the gun with Akers to his right. Gets a snap, back to pass. Gets it away to Hawkinson, who again has it in his mitts and can't hang on. Brian Banch was covering this time. Got in there just as the ball was delivered to him. Timed it just right. So you give him credit for that pass defensiveness. And the crowd is really getting up now. 3rd and 9 is the official reeling. Darnold back to pass. The blitz comes again, and it pays results. A gang sack. Muhammad, number 69, the primary sack man. As we're under 11 minutes to play now, and the Vikings, it looks like, will punt for a change. Had about 5 guys in there. Best probably coverage sack I've seen. 4th and 16. Wright is the punter. And it goes away. Raymond will get it at the 17. Tries to shuffle around and gets past the 25 to about the 26. They're showing a lot of Aiden Hutchinson on the sidelines. He's definitely happy. You wonder if he's going to be able to make it back for the playoffs. Biggest need for the Cardinals. I keep hearing the word edge rusher, so defensive end who has the ability to make big plays on the line. Now they're 8 and 9. I'll have to look and see what their draft position is eventually. But they're definitely not getting a top 4 pick unless they trade. I have not looked much at college football to see who would be the best defensive end available. As long as Murray's healthy, they're set at the quarterback. They're set at tight end. They've got a lot of talent there. They've got enough talent really all around the offense, except maybe for the O-line. And given how much quarterbacks are paid these days, you really need a quality O-line to protect them. Ask Joe Burrow about that. So, Cardinals would be 16th overall, you say, right dead smack in the middle. I can't recall this being that many bad teams. And the Cardinals aren't one of them. Okay, 10-13 left. They finally start off with a run, and Gibbs is broken free once again. Oh my goodness, that was huge. And then he fumbled at the end. But he and Wright, the tight end, got their mitts on it. I didn't see them throw the blue thing indicating there was a fumble. Bynum had the touchdown-saving interference, and Murphy came in to make the tackle. So that's the last thing you need, to emphasize the run game and then lose it. Gibbs gets another carry. And despite that near turnover, you can bet your bottom dollar they're going to want to run, emphasize the run from now on. We're under 9 minutes. So the touchdown leaders this year, James Cook of your Bills, Nash, was tied for second along with Derrick Henry. So congrats to him. Another handoff to Gibbs, who gets another significant gain and gets another first down. 8:30 left. Now the clock can't stop if you get hit out of bounds until the 5-minute mark. So the Lions will be happy to let this run down as much as possible. Cookie? I'd love a cookie. I actually bought some cookies. Chips Ahoy. It's another handoff to Gibbs. Down to the between the 8 and the 9. As they have Aaron Glenn sitting pretty and chilling for a change. Dan Campbell, I don't think ever chills. You activated the hunger pains in me, Nash. Reynolds is now in the backfield, giving Gibbs a breather. He's gotten over 100 yards for the game. Oh, it's a fake to Reynolds. They're going to pass. Goff, and he deliberately runs out of bounds. instead of throwing it away and risking an interception. Smart. Under 7 to play. It's now 6:30. Goff back to pass. Does a quick one to Laporta again. Coming down to 6 minutes. And it looks like, once again, Campbell is going to go for it. And now it's under 6 minutes. Let's see what they do here. Goff is under center. Reynolds appears to be the running back. Oh, they drew the Vikings offside. The hard count gets them, and they bit bad. Although there's quite an extended conversation as to whether they want to make sure that the Lions didn't. Oh, neutral zone infraction. The yardage is enough for a first down, thanks to the half the distance to the goal. And Harrison Smith and Andrew Van Ginkel both stepped ahead. Actually, a lot of Vikings got ahead. Tom Tupa, when he was the Cardinals' backup quarterback, was really good at getting people to jump offside. So we got a handoff to Gibbs. Is he going to get 4 TDs? Yes, he is! Wow. What a night for him. And I wouldn't be surprised if he stays on the sidelines from now on, as he's crowned king by St. Brown. Well, so much for the heart attacks. It is turned into a blowout as Bates gets the extra point. Going to be dancing in the street if they can stand the temperature. Man. I imagine Jade's losing her lunch. Well, actually, she's doing Jade things and looking at the horoscope. I gotta get started eating lunch. I'm gonna take a break for a minute. Ugh. I give you chair number 3. Or maybe I should start calling him the primary chair from now on. Ugh. Haven't eaten in, over 12 hours. Okay, they're already back to the action as I prepare my plant-based chicken patties. Bates kicks it off, and it's a touchback. So, 22-point lead. $5:14 left in the game and $5:14 left in the regular season of the NFL. Darnold is back to pass. It's all he can really do now. He gets it to Hawkinson, who is immediately set upon by Anzalone, and only gets a yard. So it looks like the Lions are going to get the number 1 seed, and people will have to go through Motor City and the 8 Mile to face the wrath of the Lions crowd. Darnold is searching for someone to pass to. He ends up running it out of bounds wisely. Looks like he's at least close until the first down. So ball's just past the 40. So he did get the first down. And Darnold gets it off despite there being a... Oh, no. Maybe now they finally decide to do a delay a game. Although it was a very late call. Last thing you could afford to do at this point is get a penalty. He really should do no huddle from here on out. I don't know why he's trying to get plays from the booth. That's a literal head scratcher. So 1st and 15. Darnold back to pass. Gets it to Naylor, who goes out of bounds. So that'll stop the clock. Darnold back to pass again. He goes long, and it's too long. And we got more laundry. And it's 8:15 where I live, or close to it. We got defensive holding on Vildor of the Lions, number 29, the guilty party. Almost tackled Naylor. No wonder he was so far from getting the ball. Darnold back to pass. He got it, appears, to Hawkinson. The pass was very low, but it was in the middle of the field, and the clock's going to run. Nice. I'm sure the Lions think that he didn't catch it based on the reaction I'm hearing through my headphones. And I don't know why they're challenging it. Let the time go. What? Not a good decision by Campbell. No. So Darnold's hurt, but this gives him a chance to recover. Not a good decision by Campbell. Let the clock run. He didn't get the first down anyway. Don't know why. Okay. Oh, what do you know? This is easy. As long as I've got the right tabs up, I can do the auto share. It worked. Oh, what do you know? It hit just a little bit on the ground and the call was reversed. Interesting. I don't know about that one. Oh, and it looks like we have an interception. And Pascal, number 93. Oh, maybe it was a fumble.
I didn't want to believe you, but I did. Oh, thanks. Joseph, thank you. That's awesome. Thank you. I see that on there. Shout out. Thank you.
You're welcome.
And people, again, if you want to go support Joseph's stream, go subscribe to his channel. Definitely go give it a little subscribe. Go give it a thumbs up. All right. Go support our friend JJ over there. It's a late one, JJ. I don't know. I'm like, oh my God, it's almost 10:30 over here. Holy crap. What a cosmic joke if the way we lost our first two games of the season to the Lions and to the Rams in a 4-day span is about the same way we end our season, losing them back to back again.
I've been trying to get this to work.
Oh shit, apparently. I forgot about that too. I mean, I didn't forget about that, but yeah, that's a really good point.
It was ruled
maybe the worm can turn here. Maybe the worm can turn.
By the
all right. 31 to 21 if Vikings scored instead of the field goals or fourth down. Okay, 3 times. Well, it wouldn't have been a blowout then. Hey, it's third down again. It's 3rd and 10.
And Darnold was hit as he tried to pass.
That's so funny.
And
I'm going to put you up here too. We can do that here for the last second, a couple minutes. Secret weapon for Rams game. Jones for the win. Yeah. Has he been like, oh God, the pass was batted. We're so negative. Oh, come on now. We gotta call it how we see it. But seriously, I am defending Sam. I'm still gonna defend. But Archangel, the game is not good. Not good today. It's not good today. They have not played well today. They haven't. They didn't show up. Hell, they couldn't even make it in the end zone. Okay? So, I mean, I don't know if it just like struck a nerve or something. I mean, not really, but like people called me negative for years when I was saying Kirk's never going to lead the team to a Super Bowl. I mean, we're just calling it how we see it. I mean, no offense or anything, nothing against you, but it's just like.
And now we got another delay.
They've been playing terrible. It's terrible.
And the clock now can't seem to move.
First franchise to lose 32 playoff games. Hang the banner. Alexander, I really enjoyed hanging out here for the game. I am subscribing. You are a lot of fun. Thanks, Alexander. I appreciate that. Yeah, it was fun to have you. Come back anytime, all the time. More than welcome. And I appreciate you subscribing, hanging out with us. Thank you. Thank you. I don't know if we can talk direct, but I've got what you're saying. Nice. Yeah, I can see that on there. I've been trying to pull you up here. I'm just trying to get through the comment quick. All right. But yeah, we got a meta stream over here. Thanks, JJ, for putting me on your channel.
You're very welcome.
Up late. Oh, no. 4th and 15. They couldn't even capitalize on this. Oh, God. Please, Detroit, don't score again. Please, we're done. We're done, please. That's so funny. We got a meta stream going on here. I don't know. I didn't know your hair was dyed. I thought it was natural. That's funny. Yeah, it is dyed. I wish it wasn't, but it is. But a lot of people have said that actually. So
okay,
that means it's looking
Detroit's
good, right?
got it back.
So I appreciate it. Yeah. I wish it wasn't dyed. It would save me time and effort and things.
We got another flag.
Yeah, like if I didn't dye my hair, like at this point, it would be like, I don't know, like 75% gray.
Yeah, Nash, we almost got stuck in that never
blue. Please, no more scoring. I can't take any more. We're ready for this to be done. All right. Let's see here. Fire Sam, KOC, and GM. Let's start over. Yeah, fire them all. Goodbye. See ya. Talk about rebuilding my butt. All right. Let's see.
So the penalty was
it's
against
really hard
the Lions.
to see, but I was a blondie when I was little. There's a
Jade's
picture of me
doing
in Windsor.
Keep an eye on what's going on.
My childhood dog, but
now we've got
I was
another one by Raymond or Reynolds.
And then I just started dyeing my hair. Like,
After
I don't know, probably in like middle school or something like that.
He gets a very long gain, so he's joining in the
God.
party.
Is this game over yet, people? Please let it be over. Not to be a prick, but the Vikings got what they deserved. I mean, you know what, Ryan? They didn't show up. They had every opportunity early on to take the lead, to get in the end zone, and they failed to do so. So, Sam,
and we have a pass to Williams, who
Riker giving the Lions great field position. You sadly get what you deserve. Now use it for next week. Exactly. Use this for motivation. Like, huge game. Everybody looking forward to this game, right?
And
everybody looking forward to this game. Well, a lot of people. And then you pretty much go and you shit the bed on national television again. All right? Again. Stupid. Dr. Bates, 666. Tough defensive game. Yeah, for real. For one team. I mean,
not happy about it.
Hats off to Detroit because they literally kept the Vikings out of the end zone the entire game. And again, How many times
now
were
we
the
got
Vikings in the red zone today?
They
How
almost
many
had a delay
first and
of
goal,
game.
second and goal, third and goal, fourth and goal, and you couldn't do it. So, like Ryan said, you get what you deserve. Chris, so what happens with JJ McCarthy? Well, the rumor and rumblings that I have been hearing is that it's always been JJ McCarthy. Like, Sam, thank you for your services, but we have JJ over here. That is what I've been hearing. Me personally, I don't think that the Vikings should put all of their eggs in the McCarthy basket. I don't think it would be a bad thing to keep him, of course, by any means. But I don't think you should go into next season starting a still pretty much rookie quarterback that has never played an official NFL game that is also coming off of an injury. So I think that would not be good. But if they could figure out how to keep him and keep Sam too for a couple years or so, like franchise tag Sam. Tomorrow is Black Monday. Yeah, that's true. Many coaches will be fired. Well, I think one already got the axe too. Didn't one already get fired today? Who was that? I feel like I saw it earlier today when I was watching one of the afternoon games. God, it was a later game. I think it was it when Dolphins
We're down to the 2-minute warning.
I think that, I don't know. I feel like
I'm going to stop sharing.
Oh, McCarthy, you think?
Because it's causing a lag. I gotta get on the screen with her eventually. She's a hip lady after all. And we both have a couple of things in common. Well, that was nice to experiment. They're going over the quarterback situation with the Vikings. We get the 2-minute warning, obviously, and we got a run attempt by the Lions, which is the way it should be. He may have lost a yard. This game's pretty much over. It's not the kind of share I want to do. Oh, the mail firing, I saw that. Hard to say. With only 1 year having undergone, I mean, Jonathan Gannon was 4-13 his first year with the Cards, but he had them fighting hard, and you can see the dividends of him staying on. The Cards went 8-9. They doubled their win total. So as the clock winds down on this game, I don't know if firing Mayo is going to be the right move. You get into that vicious cycle of barely keeping head coaches on your bench for not very long. And now the clock stops for some reason. Oh, turnover on downs. This is one instance where I don't think Detroit or anyone else cares. So the offense is going to get a standing O. A lot of people still there, including the Vikings fans. Mr. Darnold, please take a knee and end this. It's probably the result of trying to end this, trying to share the stream, Nash. I'm sorry about that. Well, the game's over. The Lions have clinched the number one seed. The Vikings are stuck in fifth in wild card hell, but they get to play the Rams, who weren't world beaters against the Seahawks today. Uh, I think the best team got what they deserved. And it's unfortunate the second best team is in the position they're in. But it was a good night to do this. Oh, yeah, and I got to turn off the set. I still had the sound of Jade's stream on mine. What I'm gonna try and do some other non-football things, but I'll also try to do the highlights of this season and do some replays of games with some critical moments where I was allowed to go. I allowed myself to go nuts. But hopefully I can get some more content on here. I now have a lot more time on my hands than I anticipated. Nash, I appreciate you staying with me on this stream. Thanks to people who showed up throughout the season. And congratulations to the Lions and all the teams that made it to the playoffs. Well, almost all of them. But I won't go over that now. I need to get stuff in my stomach. And Nash, you need to go to bed. It's past 10:30 your time. So, it was quite the season to enjoy. Bye-bye. Bye, Bonds.